There's a reason the quiet before speech feels like standing at the edge of a pool at night. The water is dark. The surface is still. You could hesitate forever, or you could step in deliberately, gracefully, and let the first ripple belong to you. Before that step, anchor the instrument. Think of your body as 3 simple elements you can always find, even when the room is loud or your mind is louder. Breath, bass, beam. Breath is the metronome. It sets the tempo of everything that follows. Breathe in a way you can count, in a way your body can trust. Let the exhale be a shade longer than the inhale, and let your shoulders learn what your lungs already know. You're allowed to take up time. That slow exhale tells your heart to stop sprinting alone and start walking with you. You are not late. You are right on time. Bass is your agreement with the ground. Feel the floor with the full surface of your feet, not just the heels, not just the toes. Let your knees unlock, let your hips stack gently over your ankles, and let your spine lengthen without reaching for the ceiling. Imagine your pelvis as a bowl filled to the brim. If you tilt it too far forward or back, you spill presence everywhere. Keep it level. Let the bowl stay full. Beam is your gaze, the line of attention you paint into the room. Don't shoot it like an arrow. Send it like sunlight, wide enough to include, precise enough to land. Your eyes can say what your mouth hasn't yet dared to. I see you. We are here. This matters. When breath, bass, and beam align, you are coherent. And coherence is the most persuasive thing you can wear. Now, prime the system. Think of this as the prelude to presence. The 2 or 3 minutes that shift your inner weather. Shake your hands out like you're flicking water from your fingertips. Roll your shoulders back and then let them settle, as if they're finding their own home again. Stretch your face with exaggerated vowels, E, O, bringing blood to the small muscles that will carry your meaning. Hum softly, feeling the vibration behind your cheekbones and down into the chest. The voice is not a sound, it is a resonance. Wake it up. Then give your nervous system an invitation it can accept. Place one hand on your lower ribs and one hand on your belly. Breathe into the lower hand until the upper hand wants to move less. Feel the breath widen your waist like a belt loosening a notch. This is the breath of someone who can carry a room without dragging it. And while you're here, tell your body a truth it can work with. Not a slogan, not a lie, a truth. Something as simple as, this room wants to be led gently, or these people have brought their best reasons to resist, and that's a good sign they care. Or, I don't need to be impressive today, I need to be useful. Give your body a job it knows how to do. Before you step into view, decide your pace. Not the pace of your words, the pace of your arrival. The body has tempos: rush, ready, regal. Rushing looks like the future tugging you by the sleeve. Ready looks like a walk you can stop at any moment without stumbling. Regal looks like there is more than enough time, and you brought extra. Choose ready. It is the most human, the most believable, the most available to change. Now the door. Every entrance is a door, whether it's a literal threshold or just the line between anonymity and attention. Pause in the doorframe. Don't pose, just pause. Give yourself one breath to cross a border that most people pretend isn't there. You're not stalling, you're switching environments. The air is different on the other side because your responsibility is different on the other side. Respect the shift. And when you cross, let your first gesture be an honest one. The smallest wave of acknowledgement. A nod that includes the back row. A hand placed lightly over your chest if you're grateful. You're teaching the room how to read you. Choose a gesture that speaks your intention in a single beat. Here's a secret that changes openings. Begin by naming something you perceive, not something you prepared. Not for show, but for contact. It can be as simple as, it's good to see everyone settle in. You can feel the room exhale. Or, I know it's the last session of the day. We'll take this at a human pace. You're signaling that you are not delivering at them. You are calibrating with them. It turns a performance into a partnership. If you need a talisman, a small personal anchor, choose one you can carry without carrying it. A particular pair of shoes you associate with steady footing. A wristwatch you only wear when you intend to be fully present. A ring you twist once before you speak, as a cue to release your jaw. The item is not magic. The meaning you assign to it is. Your brain loves rituals because rituals compress decisions into movements. Let a small movement hold a big decision. Let's talk about your face, because it speaks paragraphs before your mouth opens. Release the forehead. Soften between the brows. Allow the corners of the eyes to carry warmth, even if your mouth is neutral. The most trustworthy faces are the ones that look like they've been used for listening. You don't need a grin. You need availability. There is a difference between a smile that says, "See me," and a smile that says, "I see you." Choose the second. Now the hands. They are not props. They are punctuation. Use them the way a good writer uses commas and periods. Open palms when you're opening possibilities. A measured pinch when specifying something precise. Hands at rest when you're naming something that wants gravity. Let gestures begin close to your body and move outward as the idea expands, then return as the idea resolves. Think of your gestures as a breath cycle, in, out, in. If your hands are always out, you're panting. If you're holding something, a clicker, a marker, a pen, hold it as if it belongs there, not as if it's defending you. Loose grip, low tension. You're not armed. You're accompanied. What about eye contact? Use it like a bridge, not a spotlight. Land for a beat, then move on. When you land, let your eyes actually land, see the person, not the category. If you feel your gaze bouncing like a pinball, slow it with your breath. Lift your chest a few millimeters, and your eyes will naturally level with the horizon of the room. This tiny physical adjustment changes social signals. Lifted chest, leveled gaze, steady presence. It's hard to be small when the heart has space. Let's widen the lens. Your entrance doesn't start at the stage. It begins hours before, in choices your audience will never see, but will absolutely feel. Hydrate early, so you're not chasing moisture with a dry mouth and tight throat. Eat for steady blood sugar, not for novelty. Choose clothing that doesn't ask for your attention. Nothing that rides up, slides down, or whispers to your skin. Shoes you can stand in without bargaining with your feet. Everything you wear should disappear once you're present. And then rehearse your presence like you rehearse your lines, not in front of a mirror that often trains you to perform for yourself. Rehearse in a doorway, because that's where it matters. Walk, pause, breathe, look, wait, speak. Again, again. Each time, the silence becomes a little more yours. Each time, your body believes you a little more when you tell it. We're safe. There's a mental rehearsal too. The kind that doesn't pretend the world is perfect. Visualize the room being colder than you prefer, and see yourself releasing the shiver with your exhale. Visualize the front row being empty, and feel yourself speak to the middle rows as if they are the front. Visualize a latecomer opening the door, and imagine your eyes staying on your listener, not on the distraction. When the moment arrives, your nervous system will recognize the terrain, and recognition breeds calm. There's another choice no one teaches because it's hard to teach. Choose the relationship you will have with silence. Many speakers see silence as a vacuum to be filled, like a room sucking the air out of their lungs. Great speakers treat silence as a field to be tended. They clear it, they walk it, they plant something in it, and then they let the audience notice what has been planted before they point at it. If you've ever watched a seasoned storyteller begin, you've seen this. They step forward, they wait. Something in the room changes. It's not just anticipation, it's permission. They give permission for everyone to arrive, including themselves. Now, readiness is not the same as rigidity. The best entrances include room for surprise. You might see someone in the third row leaning back, arms folded, chin up, a classic posture of distance. Don't aim your opening at them like a dart. Include them by including the entire room. People relax when they are not singled out as problems to be solved. When you finally speak, let the first sentence be something your body can carry without effort. Short, clear from the diaphragm, not the throat. Let the words ride the breath out on a steady column of air. If your voice shakes, don't fight it by pushing harder. Lower your volume one notch and slow your pace one notch. Most tremors are your breath trying to catch a moving train. Stop the train for 2 beats and the tremor steps aboard, quiet as a passenger. If you stumble on a word, if a syllable tangles, let it go with a small smile and finish the sentence. Then pause and let your breath arrive again. You're teaching the room how you handle imperfection. Handle it like a human, and the room will decide you're one of them, which you are. Let's turn to the room itself. Every space has angles that favor you and angles that erase you. Before you begin, notice sightlines. If a podium hides your torso, step to its side so the language of your hands can travel. If the lights wash you out, step into the edge of the wash where contrast returns to your face. If the stage is deep, don't drift backwards with your sentences. Hold the front third like a hearth and visit the back only when movement will mark meaning. Movement should mean something or rest. Crossing space without intention writes confusion on the floor. Anchor ideas to locations when it helps. Perhaps the problem lives 3 steps to your left. The possibility lives 3 steps to your right. The decision lives center. Then move between them as you guide the audience from situation to resolution. Map the meaning with your feet, and the room will feel the journey. You can do this gently. You don't need big theatrical strides. Sometimes all it takes is a shift of weight, a slow transfer from one foot to the other, to signal a hinge in your thinking. The body is a translator. It will take your inner edits and make them legible to other nervous systems if you let it. Let's explore status, not as dominance, but as service. High-status behaviors in speaking are the ones that reduce unnecessary motion, reduce unnecessary apology, and reduce unnecessary rush. They are not loud. They are not stiff. They are clean. Low-status behaviors fidgeting, self-touch around the neck, quick nodding for approval, tell the room you're negotiating with yourself. High-status service says, let's put our energy into the idea, not into my anxiety. But there's a trap here. If you perform status without warmth, you become a statue. Warmth comes from availability. The sense that you could be moved, that the audience matters enough to change what you emphasize or how quickly you travel. Engineered humility is a paradox. People can smell it. Real availability is simple. You look, you listen, you register, and you adjust. Consider a ritual as old as gatherings, the communal breath. It's subtle and you don't need to announce it. But sometimes, in a noisy day, it helps to say, let's take one breath together and start. Then do it with them. Inhale. Exhale. Begin. You have now created a team. Your team is not built from applause. It is built from shared regulation. If someone interrupts early, a cough, a dropped glass, a door that bangs open, don't fight the interruption head to head. Increase your stillness by 5%. Let the room track the disruption, while your posture becomes the quietest thing in view. Human attention returns to calm points. Be the calm point. Then continue as if your sentence had a comma, not a collision. Your first 90 seconds are architecture. Here is one blueprint that serves when you're building in unfamiliar territory. First, presence. Those initial beats that gather attention without forcing it. Second, premise one sentence that names the promise of the next 40 minutes in simple, human terms. Third, path how you'll walk together, not in detail, but in feel. Fourth, permission, the moment you demonstrate that this isn't a monologue traveling through strangers, but a conversation traveling through humans. Presence, premise, path, permission. If you lay those stones, your audience will cross the river with you. What about culture? Silence and gesture carry different stories in different rooms. In some places, a long pause reads as deep respect. In others, it reads as uncertainty. In some groups, expansive gestures feel inclusive. In others, they feel theatrical. The universal thread is sincerity. When your stillness serves attention and your gestures serve meaning, most rooms will forgive minor mismatches. But do your homework quietly. Notice how people greet one another before your talk. Notice the distance they keep, the volume they prefer. Borrow the room's language long enough to meet it where it lives. If you're speaking on camera or to a virtual audience, shrink the room without shrinking yourself. Sit or stand so that your head and torso are framed, hands visible. Your gestures will be smaller, but not smaller in purpose. Look into the lens as if it's a friend's eyes. Imagine nods. Leave space for laughs you won't hear, and modulate your breath more deliberately. Microphones love confidence and punish hurry. Silence online is a held note, not a dead air. Treat it like music. There's a myth that charisma is a gift. It's more accurate to say charisma is clarity plus energy plus empathy, braided through the body in a way people can see. Clarity shows up in how you stand and how your gestures tidy your thoughts. Energy shows up in your breath and the life in your eyes. Empathy shows up in your willingness to be slowed by the room. All three can be trained. The training ground is your entrance. Practice in places that don't clap. A grocery store line, a conversation with a neighbor, a question in a meeting you didn't call. Walk up, breathe, find base, lift your beam, and speak as if this moment matters. Because it does. Life is not the rehearsal. Life is the stage. Your entrances count everywhere. Now, the heart of it all. Why you? Not because you're special. Because you're responsible for what you know. When the message chooses you, it doesn't ask whether you are ready. It asks whether you will carry it carefully. Your body is the first container. You can't pour clean water from a cracked vessel. Mend the vessel. That's what these practices are: mending, aligning, preparing to be honest in public. You will be tempted to use tricks. You will see techniques that look like shortcuts to power. The manufactured pause, the trained chuckle, the choreographed step. Tools are not the enemy, but tools without truth will make a sound you can't live with. Let technique serve sincerity, not replace it. If you must choose between perfect delivery and genuine contact, choose contact every time. The room forgives almost everything except feeling used. There is a posture that can carry you through difficult beginnings. It is simple. Stand like someone who can hear bad news and still be kind. That posture signals courage without cruelty. It suggests that honesty is welcome and harm is not. People open to that. If you are anxious, if your hands tremble slightly in the first minute, let that be information, not indictment. Anxiety is energy that hasn't been told where to go. Give it a job. Let it sharpen your attention to the faces, not to your fear. Let it widen your hearing for a moment, so that you catch the small sigh in the third row that tells you your premise landed. Then let it drain through your exhale. Thank it for showing up to protect you. Tell it you have other protection now. There's a simple mantra that works better than most. Slow is smooth, smooth is clear, clear is kind. Slow your entrance, smooth your breath. Make your first line clear. That is kindness. Kindness to the audience, yes, but also kindness to yourself. Imagine now an arena. Not a metaphor, an actual arena crowd, restless, lights harsh. A leader walks out, not a famous one, just someone whose message matters. They stop, they wait. Hand relaxes at the side. Breath finds the bottom of the ribs. Eyes land left, center, right. A tiny smile that says, I'm not rushing you. The room, almost against its will, slows. The leader begins, voice riding an exhale. 20 minutes later, no one remembers the lights. They remember how they felt safe enough to think. That is the inheritance of a good entrance, a room that permits itself to learn. As you refine this, keep a short ledger after each talk, not of applause, of your first 10 seconds. Did you pause? Did you breathe? Did your base hold? Did your beam include? Note one win and one wish. Next time, practice only the wish. Improvement in presence is not a grand staircase. It's a small hinge that swings a big door. Let's walk through a live sequence, practical and real. You're behind the curtain. Your name is being read. You press tongue to the roof of your mouth behind the front teeth. This releases the jaw and calms the urge to rush. You exhale. You step. The light meets you. You pause in the doorway of view. 1 count. 2. Your feet find the floor. Your chest lifts a millimeter. Your gaze includes, then lands. You let the first silence bloom and soften on the exhale. Then, good afternoon. You keep it simple. The room answers with a small rustle, a few early nods. You see it. You don't reach for it. You allow it to finish arriving. Then your premise, just 1 sentence. Today is about what your body says before your mouth gets a vote, and how to make that voice tell the truth. You hold the end of the sentence in the air for a beat. Then the path, brief. We'll begin before words, where presence is born. You stop there, no hurry. The permission is in your eyes. We'll go at a human pace so we can think together. You've built the bridge. Now you can walk. In all of this, a paradox quietly sits at the center. The less you try to seem confident, the more confidence appears. That's because confidence is not a performance state. It is a relational state. It is what happens when your attention is free to travel outward, Because it is not babysitting your fear. Free attention feels like generosity. The body shows it. The room receives it. Remember this when technology fails, when your slides don't load, when your microphone pops and then dies. Technology lends structure, it does not lend presence. You don't need permission from a battery to belong to a room. Step closer, lift your beam, increase your volume by breath, not by throat. Speak with the edges of your words, rounded by patience. People can hear unamplified calm better than amplified panic. And afterward, because the end is part of the beginning, leave a residue you can live with. A final pause that respects what you've all done together. A thank you that lands like gratitude, not relief. Then walk off with the same pace you arrived with. Endings that sprint away steal from everything that came before. Endings that linger remind the room to keep listening to themselves once you've gone. Now the softer call, because this is not a sermon, it's an invitation. For the next week, practice entrances where you would usually rush. When you start a phone call, when you join a video meeting, when you arrive at a friend's door, when you step into your kitchen at the end of a long day and greet the people you love. Pause, breathe, base, beam, then speak. Let those seconds remind you that you can choose how you begin, and that beginnings are fate's favorite levers. There will be days your body argues. Days. The ground feels far away, and your breath is stubborn, and your gaze won't hold. On those days, make the ritual smaller. One breath, one release of the shoulders, one honest look. That's enough. You are training for real life, not for a museum of perfect moments. And there will be days. Your entrance is a gift you didn't know you needed. The room will meet you sooner than you expected. The silence will feel like a friend. The first words will arrive as if they were already waiting for you. You will think, was that luck? Sometimes. But mostly it will be practice showing up in the right clothes. If there's a single thought to take with you into every doorway, let it be this. Presence is how you pay respect with your body. Respect to the people, yes. Respect to the message, yes. But also respect to your future self. The one who has to live with the echo of what you create today. So, step to the edge of your next beginning. Feel your feet find the floor. Let your breath be longer than your fear. Let your gaze include the people you came to serve. Wait just long enough that everyone remembers they are here. Then speak like the most natural continuation of a silence that treated them kindly. Because the smartest communicators aren't those who speak the most. They're the ones who listen fast, think clear, and speak with purpose.